some breaking news from overnight. 3 people are dead and 2 others hurt after a shooting at the University of Virginia. The entire campus is under a shelter-in-place order right now. The police say that the suspect, Christopher Darnell Jones Jr., is on the run. They haven't caught him yet. According to the UVA Athletics website, Jones was on the football team during his freshman year back in 2018. Right now, it is not clear if any of the victims are students. The UVA president says classes are canceled today. We'll keep you updated as we get more information.
Here's a look at where the balance of power stands in the U.S. House right now. Republicans have 212 seats. Democrats have 205. A party does need 218 seats to get a majority. There are a few uncalled races that could decide who gets control of the House, including one right here in Colorado. 9 News reporter John Glasgow is here with more on where the race in Congressional District 3 stands this morning, almost a week after Election Day, John.
You would think that we'd have a winner by now, but this race is still too close to call. This morning, Republican Lauren Boebert has the edge over Democrat Adam Frisch. Only 1,122 votes separate the two. That could change too, as thousands of votes are still being verified and counted. Now, Frisch says that the Secretary of State's office and county clerks in his district told him that there are between 3,000 to 4,000 ballots left to be counted. Now, some of those include military ballots coming in from overseas. Whoever wins this race will represent a massive portion of Colorado. The 3rd congressional district stretches from the western part of the state all the way down to Pueblo. Now, Adam Frisch acknowledges the race wasn't expected to be close, and he may be behind at the moment, but he also believes that the remaining votes could fall in his favor.
I knew from day one a year ago that there was a path. It was uphill, but there was a path to build a coalition of what my mom calls the pro-normal party coalition, which is a bunch of frustrated Republicans, disenfranchised unaffiliateds, and some excited Democrats to see a change in Congress.
Well, mamas are always right?
Yeah.
Frisch says that he's now preparing for potential recount or legal battle regardless of the outcome, and it could be several more days before we even know what the outcome is. We've also reached out to Boebert's camp multiple times over the past week asking to speak with her about the election. We have not heard back on any of those requests, but a lot of people are watching this district because there's so much at play. One, it affects a lot of people here in Colorado, but also the U.S. House. We're watching that as well.
You were talking about a few more days we could be waiting for the results. Governor Polis has appeared on national TV multiple times, saying it could even be into December if there's that recount that happens.
Yeah, exactly. The legal battle, too, could be another thing that drags things out as well. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be something to watch here. But we're watching it closely. We'll keep you updated if we hear anything else here.
Now, the state if it's a really close race, like a couple hundred votes, then the state pays for the recount.
Correct.
And it's law. You got to have a recount. But if it's more than that, then the candidates have to pay for the recount themselves. He's been raising money, and I think he's going to have a recount.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
All right, John, looks like you got your work cut out for you over the next several weeks. Thanks so much for that. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, Colorado is going to spend some more money on creating affordable housing. Proposition 123 has officially passed now. 123 will use about $290 million a year to affordable housing grants and projects. Now, here's the tricky part. The money comes from state income tax, and Coloradans also just voted to lower the state income tax. So there's actually going to be less money to work with. So if that ends up being the case, lawmakers are allowed to reduce the affordable housing funds that you just passed, use it for other services, things like health care and education.
Colorado is now the 2nd state to legalize the use of psilocybin mushrooms. Prop 122 narrowly passed with 51% of the vote. It will allow people 21 and older to grow and share psychedelic mushrooms. It will also create state-regulated centers where people could go to seek treatment. There, mushrooms would be administered to patients under staff supervision, and supporters say it was really important that Prop 122 was officially passed on Veterans Day, since these mushrooms have been proven to treat things like PTSD, anxiety, and even depression.
Coloradans decided to say yes to this, and so now we have a chance to not only help as many people as possible get on that healing path, but also do more research and start to reintegrate the responsible use of these medicines into American culture.
Now, you won't see treatment centers pop up anytime soon, though. After it's ratified, the governor will appoint a 15-member advisory board by January, and then the state will start taking applications by the end of September 2024 for treatment centers. So it's likely to be about a 2-year process, which supporters of the bill say is intentional. They're not seeking to decriminalize the drug just outright. And don't expect to see shops where you can buy the mushrooms and just take them to the home to use. That is, by the way, still illegal.
It is looking like voters shot down 2 out of 3 alcohol-related ballot measures. Proposition 125, wine in grocery stores, is still undecided, but the yes votes lead by about 11,000 votes. Voters rejected Prop 124, which would have allowed liquor stores to open in more locations, eventually an unlimited amount. And Prop 126, third-party delivery of alcohol, also failed by a pretty wide margin.
6:08 now on your Monday morning, and today city councilors in Aurora will vote on a plan to address homelessness there. Last month, Mayor Mike Hoffman introduced a plan to create a complex packed with resources for people experiencing homelessness. Councilmember Juan Marcano immediately introduced 17 changes, so the council decided to put the vote on hold until today.
And this week, the State Emergency Rental Assistance Program is going to stop taking new applications. Tomorrow is the last day you can apply for this program. The money comes from federal funds, and since it started, state says Coloradans have received about $300 million in rental and utility help. And the program has helped more than 36,000 households.